Willie D Live.
I told you, motherfuckers. What did you just watch? I only speak the facts.
What's up, family? That was Oscar De La Hoya and his reaction to Canelo Alvarez losing his championship titles to Terrence Bud Crawford on yesterday. So, this got to be a big backstory, right? It is. So, Oscar and Canelo have been going at it since 2020 when Canelo dumped Oscar as his fight promoter. Oh yeah, they've been going at it for a long time. Immediately following the Crawford fight, Oscar posted a video of himself on Instagram with the caption, "I told you, mother." Yeah, man. This implied that he had predicted Alvarez would lose the fight. He had previously given commentary ahead of the fight, suggesting that Crawford could box his ears off and that Alvarez couldn't handle true boxers. The result? Terrence Crawford defeated Canelo Alvarez by unanimous decision on September 13, 2025 in Las Vegas. This marked Alvarez's third professional loss. Oscar's prediction? In a preview for the fight, Oscar De La Hoya stated that if Canelo failed to get a late knockout, Crawford is going to box his ears off. It might be another Mayweather versus Canelo. Oscar's partnership started with Canelo back in 2010. Alvarez filed a lawsuit and all hell broke loose. Financial and personal accusations included Oscar referring to Canelo as ungrateful and has suggested that Alvarez might be jealous of him. Canelo maintains that Oscar has stolen from his fighters. Really, really messy. You know, it's sad that people can't ride the horse they rode in on all the way through. But it happens every single time. I was just talking to a friend of mine who is a Hall of Fame boxer about this very same thing, he and his manager. And he was just talking about how, that manager was stealing from him. It's always about money. I mean, imagine if Oscar and Canelo could have stayed together and ran the distance. I personally believe that both of them would have ended up making more money. But it just seems like when it comes to Mexican fighters, there can only be one at the top. There's a lot of beef that go on in the world of Mexican fighters. Yeah, I would have thought there would be more unity. But there's a lot of beef. And when you really think about it, I liken it to comedians in Hollywood, black comedians in Hollywood. Like, there can only be one or two at a time. And so it's like this generation, it appears, has chosen Canelo, and Oscar believes that Canelo is jealous of him. I don't know. I think if you break it all the way down to his last compound, the greatest Mexican fighter of all time has to be Julio Cesar Chavez. Yeah, Roberto Duran, honorable mention. Yeah. Now, I watched the fight. I was in Vegas for the fight. And the biggest takeaway was, besides Bud winning, was Canelo's grace. His grace in defeat. Yeah, he was real gracious. Kind of surprised me a little. I didn't really know he was built like that, but yeah, he was like, man, they was asking him, do you want a rematch? And he was like, if I get a rematch, cool, but I just want to fight the best. I just want to fight the best. Crawford's a great champion and da-da-da. That's how you do it, man. Honor. I ain't got no problem with that. No problem at all. But I do have to gloat, fam. I do have to remind you that I called it. I told y'all that Canelo would be too slow for Bud. I told y'all that both of them would start off slow. But because they're starting off slow, Crawford was not going to have to yield to any early rounds being tossed away. So he won't have a lot of rounds to make up, because I thought that the first 4 rounds would probably go about a split. It wasn't necessarily a split. I think that Bud actually won the first 4 rounds. First 5 rounds he won. And by that time it was a wrap. It was a wrap. And Bud did win by unanimous decision. He didn't dominate as much as I thought he would, but he clearly won the fight. It was a unanimous decision. I still like Canelo versus anybody but Bud. Bud he's a different beast. He's a different animal. He's a different human. He is something special. He is one of those once in a lifetime fighters, once in a generation fighters. I mean, just like Canelo, but Bud is just, he's just a step above, man. And I know that's hard for some of y'all to understand or to even accept, but you're gonna have to get used to it. The truth hurts sometimes. And when it does, you should just take some pain medicine, because it won't change the fact that Terrence Bud Crawford is the new undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. I'm the type of person, if I do some business with somebody and they do good business, I don't have a need to change. I don't have any desire at all to change it up. I will keep the same lineman for 50 years. I'll keep the same graphics designer for 30 years. I'll keep the same dentist, whatever, As long as they do good business, I have no need to look anywhere else. But if you start messing with my money, yeah, man, start messing with money, taking my money for granted, not giving me the results, not giving me what I paid for, or giving me what I'm owed, then we're going to have a problem. And if that's the case with Canelo, then I couldn't blame him. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.